Day 2 at Redskins training camp, sitting down, again, not on couches. We do this on couches at Redskins Park. We don't have couches. We have chairs. It's fine. Montae Nicholson is here with me. Day 2, what'd you think?
A lot of fun. Great to be back out there. Thankful it's not as hot as it was last year. That's a big thing. Still pretty humid, but just good to be flying around with the guys and, getting acclimated. To the new guys that are here and, even the coaches. So, just having fun out there.
Let's start with the new guys, one player, one coach. Obviously, your relationship with Landon is going to be a defining thing for this secondary. What is it that he brings? I was reading the interview you did with Rhiannon yesterday, not just to you on the field as a player, but almost off the field as a mentor, even though he's still fairly young. He's still like 25, 26. What is it that Landon has brought to this locker room and specifically to you?
A lot of maturity, I'm not saying that the other guys didn't have it, but it's that worker's maturity and that big brother maturity. He just kind of, me personally, he just kind of makes me want to be better, not just on the field, but off the field and, carry myself a certain type of way.
Yeah. And then Ray Horton is obviously new as well. I talked to Josh quite a bit about him yesterday, had glowing things to say. What's your experience been like with Ray Horton so far?
Oh, nothing but positive. It's not just football. He always wants to make us better. As people, as human beings, it's kind of how he starts each meeting, And
what's he do at the beginning of the meeting?
He just he'll either call on somebody to go over like what was said in the team meeting, what's one thing you took away from it to help you outside of these walls, or he'll give his piece, just to make you think and remind you that it's not just all about football.
On the field, from what Ray has brought, how has the scheme changed, as much as you can tell me, from last year in terms of what you guys are doing on the back end?
Not much. He all he really did was, rename the things that we know to make it a little bit easier for us so we don't get as confused, especially, myself being so young and the young guys coming in. With that being said, it does make things a lot easier. It makes communicating easier as well, and it just gives us an opportunity to fly around and make plays.
All right, the not fun stuff, the stuff that I have to ask you about. Obviously, last year you had the incident. What did you learn from that, and what did it feel like when that finally got resolved, charges dropped, and to know that you had a kind of a clear slate moving forward?
Just blessings on blessings, and that's all I can say, really. Just to know that this organization was behind me 1,000%, meant a lot. It's not like I was really in the dark. They wanted me to take care of what I need to take care of. With that being said, when I was going through that, I learned, multiple things. But, one was to keep my resolve in any situation. If people are going to try to test you, whether it's on the field or off the field, no matter where you are, because of, the situation that we're in. But, it's not really fair all the time, but, it is what it is. We want to do this. This what comes with it. Just to keep my morale up. And just keep pushing forward. As cliche as it sounds, that's what you got to do in life. It's just keep trudging on.
We're not supposed to be biased in this business. I'm sometimes not great at it. There's guys I admit that I like, and to be honest, you were one of them, and maintain as one of them. We did an interview your rookie year, and I was just like, that's a sharp guy. I like that guy. He seems genuine, and I've enjoyed talking to you over the years. Last year, you didn't seem like the same guy. The migraines, the stuff you were dealing with. Can you give people an idea of just where you were at last year physically and how that affected you mentally coming off the concussions? And I know now I feel comfortable asking about this because that stuff is finally cleared.
Yeah. The mental aspect of our job is a big component of it. And, a lot of people don't realize that, anxiety and the migraines play a big role. It feels kind of good to speak on it finally because, a lot of people don't even, like I said, don't realize it. It's hand in hand. The mental and the physical go hand in hand. If you don't have one, you can't have the other and perform the way you want to perform, the way you're supposed to perform. And, and I took the time to assess and, work on it. It just put me in a much better place to enjoy and accept and, not to really worry as much, just to take things as they come and control what I can control and just be a happy person.
Yeah. So you get out there. All that stuff's behind you. You feel good physically. You feel good mentally. The legal situation's cleared. You get out there for your first snap in OTAs. What's it feel like?
Like the first time I stepped on the field when I was 8 years old. The joy and, how thankful I was, just to look around and the opportunity to lace up my cleats again because I didn't know if I was going to be able to, but like I said, the organization had my back regardless. But it was surreal, to be honest. The first time I even got to Redskins Park, laced up my cleats on OTAs as a rookie. I just wanted to take full advantage of it.
That's really cool. The DB room last year went through its ups and downs. You guys had that big team meeting that Josh kind of called. Things seemed to just, even after that, go up and down. You got obviously some new faces in, also some guys that have left. The group so far, how have they come together in that DB room?
It's still pretty early, but I would say, in my opinion, it's going pretty well. Communication is not just on the field, but it's not just work. We don't really want to go into all of that, but it's not just work. It really is like we're all related, and that's how we move. Yeah.
Well, everyone seems to like the kid, Jimmy Moreland. What's he brought to the room from a personality standpoint?
Oh, big personality, man. That's really all I can say. He's himself. Everybody has their own little bit, and he fits in very well.
Yeah, and I imagine because I imagine Jano just kind of swatting him away. Landon's kind of this adult, and here comes Jimmy, just nonstop energy.
Yeah, most definitely. That's exactly what it is. He's the last born little brother. He comes in he can do it. He does what he needs to do, but he does bring that energy when I guess the big brothers, and Jano and Landon are okay. It's time to chill out, right now. But guys like me are here for it, so I don't really complain.
Yeah. You just get to sit back and watch the fun. Let's wrap up with this with Montae Nicholson. Define success for you this year.
Success is
when you go to sleep at night and you're thinking about football and the goals that you have. What do those dreams look like for the immediate future?
Well, in my opinion, people say you can't be happy until you're successful. I think it's kind of the opposite. You can't be successful until you're happy, and that's really what it is. When you're content with who you are and how you move, and knowing that you're doing everything the right way, I think you can achieve true happiness and your success. And it doesn't have to be necessarily as a football player or whatever, but just as a person in general.
Montae Nicholson, glad to have you back.
Glad to be here.
Montae Nicholson on 106.7 The Fan.